polling the mayor and city council. The mayor and city council is willing to participate in such a task force, but because we do have a limited jurisdiction with the city, it was not felt that the city could lead a countywide effort. The city council encourages that an organization be identified that works countywide to initiate and lead this task force, and we have a commitment from council that they would be happy for the city to participate in that. A second request was declaring racism is a public health crisis and publicizing a racial equity statement outlining the actions that will be taken to address this issue in our community. City Council has directed city staff to research similar statements approved by other North Carolina municipalities to serve as a guide for the city. It's sometimes hard to come up with something from scratch, so we're researching other cities to see what other smart people have come up with, and that could be a guide to be reviewed by the City Council. Committing board members and staff to attend racial equity training hosted by the Racial Equity Institute. So far, we've had we've had the mayor, Councilmember Martin, and 10 staff members, most recently planned this weekend, attend the training. In addition to that, Councilmember Epler has participated in a 3-day racial equity training session through his employer, North Carolina Department of Insurance, so even longer than the 2-day session. There are several of us that will still want to take the racial equity training, but haven't been able to work that into the schedule. And Ginger, we appreciate you letting us know about the training, and hopefully over the next couple of sessions we can, more of us can take that, and certainly I applaud our board and our staff who have taken that so far. In addition, we wanted to highlight some items. One item we had on the consent agenda, which I probably shouldn't have put this under the consent agenda. Sometimes efficiency isn't the best policy, but we'll highlight what we did under the consent agenda. Earlier in this meeting agenda, Council adopted an amendment to the personnel policy that needs to be highlighted that adds Juneteenth as an official city holiday in the city of Marion. And again, my apologies. Sometimes we do things for efficiency, but this is important. It's a big deal. We joined approximately 50, probably more than that, North Carolina cities and counties that have recognized Juneteenth as an official holiday so far, and it looks like every month that list keeps growing, and it's wonderful. I think if you poll the average of American North Carolinian, McDowell County resident, probably most of us had about this much to zero knowledge of Juneteenth a year or two ago, but thanks to the efforts of West Marion Community Forum, and especially having the Juneteenth Freedom Festival, that has increased awareness and knowledge of this important but overlooked part of our history, something that we weren't taught in schools, and has brought awareness of that, and it's great that it's becoming an official holiday in cities, counties, many states, the federal government, so a lot of change there in a short period of time. We were certainly pleased to help out in a small way with the Juneteenth Freedom Festival. We're glad to have our staff there, glad to have our park used, and to just help out however we could. Heather had wanted me to highlight that city staff are working with KULA on bilingual interpretive signage for the Catawba River Greenway, and we're also happy to provide funding towards KULA's recent downtown mural project, which turned out wonderfully. A beautiful mural. Of course, it was highlighted earlier. We're glad that we have Councilmember Billy Martin and Planning Director Heather Cotton serving on the board of West Marion Community Forum, and we're always happy to help out with one thing that we are proud of, that we've made progress on, still have a ways to go. We've increased diversity on our advisory boards in the past year, including the planning board and board of adjustment. And now we are hoping to have nominations from West Marion Community Forum and also Marion East Community Forum for our city tree board. We want to have all of our boards reflect the community even better and to have that diversity. So.